What is going on, world? What's up, everyone? It's Zero here. Today I'm bringing you guys a brand new Starcraft 2 video. This one features two of the best players currently in the world at playing Starcraft 2. Spawning here in the top right hand corner of Lost and Found LE, playing with the red Zerg pieces. He's known as the best player on the planet, and he wants to continue showing us exactly why he is known as that. His name is Serral. In his opponent spawning in the cross position, playing with the blue Protoss pieces. He's known as one of the best Protoss players in the world. And just like that, wants to continue showing his dominance with the Protoss pieces. His name is sOs. So, guys and girls, I'm really excited about this series here between these two players, because these games were played earlier in Blizzcon, which is, of course, the global finals of StarCraft 2. And very interestingly enough, guys, really quick, before I start talking about the players, notice there is a forge that has gone down very early here. So we are going to see most likely a cannon rush happening on the opposite side of the map with sOs, who wants to get a little bit aggressive pretty early on. Hatch gas pool opener coming out of Serral, so relatively standard build here. But this is a very important series, to say the least, guys. You've got, of course, the best player currently on the planet in Serral, and then sOs is an absolute beast with the Protoss pieces. But here's what we'll say: every game counts and matters in in the grand scheme of things here when it comes to when it comes to this whole best of three, because every game does count. Like I said, in the grand scheme of things. But as I'm saying this, we have got, of course, a bunch of drones pulled off the line here, trying to go after a bunch of these cannons here, these photon cannons. And if our Zerg player is able to hold on here, that would be absolutely huge here. It does look like the cannon rush is not working, at least right now. Those drones are really doing a lot of work here for Serral, and just like that, he was able to hold on. Beautiful play here so far by Serral, showing us why he is the best, or one of the best defensive players in the world. So, as I was saying, guys, every game does count in a best of three series for numerous reasons, but one of those being that, you only got to win 2 games, right? And so every game counts, obviously. So, when you're playing against a guy like Serral, the big question that kind of comes up is what do you do? What's probably the best thing to do? And I actually respect sOs a lot for going, for a little bit of some aggression. I think that was a really smart move on his part, just to try to keep Serral a little bit on his toes here, try to keep him a little bit uneasy. Serral, though, just being so good at this game, just doesn't really get phased too much when it really comes to any types of aggression. So, that all being said, we're getting a pretty standard build now by our Protoss player. He's kind of moved into that gateway and that cybernetics core. He's going to be behind, though, with the economy, at least, simply because Serral, he held on, obviously. And now, of course, he's going to take out a couple of these pylons. Serral's going into, that standard build, which is going to be, of course, with the Zergling speed upgrade. And he's got, he's going to be on those 3 bases here pretty soon. And then once that all happens, it's going to be it'll be a pretty good situation here for Serral. Now, there is a Stargate that has come up that is being constructed right now for sOs. So sOs is definitely not out of this game just yet. But he was, he was set back a little because the cannon rush did absolutely nothing. We do have a warp gate being researched right now in that cybernetics core. Serral is constantly trying to get some information about what is going on with his opponent, which is pretty, something that just is very standard for Serral. He is always finding out exactly what's going on the opposite side of the map. Now, we do have a robotics facility, as well as a couple more gateways coming up. We also have that Twilight Council coming up here for our Protoss player. So we see kind of like the transition here of what sOs is planning on doing here. we do have a Phoenix coming out of the Stargate. So it looks like sOs is probably planning on, playing a pretty, macro-focused game at this point, it seems, unless he's planning on going for a timing push, near as we, are approaching the 5.5 minute mark here. Serral is constantly, as I said, always trying to figure out what is going on his opponent's side of the map here. More and more gateways are coming up. We also have that charge upgrade coming up for the Zealots. It looks like an evolution chamber's come up. We have Glau reconstitution that's going to be researched out of the Roach Warren here for Serral. And more and more roaches are coming out here. That lair was finished up as well. So we may, we may start seeing. We very well might see some aggression out of one of these players pretty soon. It does look like that fourth base is going down here for Serral, so Serral's feeling pretty confident right now in what he's doing. Now, there is going to be a little hit squad of some Zealots that are going to be scouted immediately by the Overseer, so beautiful play here by Serral. He always is so good at seeing exactly what is going on across the map at pretty much all times. I mean, there is really nothing that catches Serral off guard. Now, very interestingly enough, there is a lot of Zealots that are going to be coming across the map here, and Charge has been researched here. Those Zealots are going to try to get the surround on some of these roaches. Beautiful diffuses coming in, though, trying to get the surround, but there are just a lot of queens here. I don't know if this is a good place for sOs. GG is called. And sOs, who was playing from behind the entire time, with that engagement, was not able to do anything. You can see from the supply, 126 to 50. Serral was taking a substantial lead and would have slowly but surely overwhelmed his opponent. And with that, Serral takes game number 1 in this best-of-3 series. I hope you guys did enjoy this game between Serral and sOs. And if you did, leave a thumbs up, subscribe if you're new, stay positive. And as always, I will see you guys all in the next one. Peace.